Hello there. This is One Shots. We are a tabletop gaming podcast, and today we're going to be talking about a board game. That board game, of course, is Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire was published as a board game by Contention Games, but it was originally a video game made by Megacrit. That video game is a deck-building roguelike game, which is honestly one of my favorite video games, and I was stoked they turned it into a board game. Charlie, how did you get this?
So, Slay the Spire was one of my favorite games at the time. I'm huge into roguelikes, and I'm huge into deck builders. Like, those are my favorites, and Slay the Spire, the culmination of two, is just perfect. Like, it's just so good. So when I found out that they were releasing a Slay the Spire board game at Gen Con early, and a collector's edition at that, I was so excited. I told everyone in our group, I was like, this is the only thing that I'm trying to get this year. And I was waking up early, I was going to the line, and I didn't realize they were only dropping 100 of them every day. So I would get to the line, and I was there early, but not early enough.
No.
People were rushing to their booth to come get this game and whatnot. But third try was the charm here. On the third day of me getting up early and trying to get it, I was able to get up extremely early and get there like right at the beginning of the line.
You were out of the hotel room, I think, before anyone else was even awake.
Yeah, I was like, I am not missing this. We're on our third and almost last day here. I'm getting that. And I did, thankfully. So we got the collector's edition. Now, the collector's edition does have some specifics to it that is different than the normal edition that you can just get at any store and whatnot. And we'll go over that and show the differences between the two. But I am so happy to have it. And I figured now's as good a time as any to do a review over the board game because they do have an expansion coming out soon, which we will do a video on when we get our hands on. And it's kind of a big topic right now because they just released the second video game as well.
Yeah, the second video game came out not too long ago. And honestly, one thing that I love about the board game too is that you can play it on your own because scheduling game nights can be really tough sometimes.
Very tough.
And there's not a ton of board games out there that are single player compatible. Yeah. So, if you want to play it on your own, you absolutely can, which I think is really cool.
For sure. But I would say that the biggest strength of Slay the Spire, the board game, especially before the release of Slay the Spire 2, was that it's multiplayer. You can play with 4 people, which is huge.
Yes.
You couldn't do that in the original game.
No.
And everyone wanted to. There was huge mods that you could put onto the game that would turn it into multiplayer and stuff. But it just wasn't quite right,
Right.
With the board game, they really refined it down into being able to play with your friends. And that's genuinely the best part of the board game.
Yes.
I love that.
And I think that they did a fantastic job balancing it and making it flow really well. And it doesn't take too long. It's designed to be played in an hour, 90 minutes, which I feel like is pretty accurate for an act.
Yeah,
yes.
per act.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that you could get through the entire campaign in that long.
We definitely find ourselves doing an act or two and then coming back and doing the next act.
Yes.
Which I must say, they did make a very well put together game, well constructed, that you can save your progress, which is nice. And we'll go over that as well. But I'm just super excited to talk about this game.
Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about the board game and this version in particular?
So, like I said, the biggest thing for me about the board game over like the video game is that it's multiplayer. You get to get your homies around a table. There's 4 of you, up to 4, and you get to play and, have a good time with this amazing game. Getting those high stakes moments where you're like, oh, does anyone have an answer to this? We are going to die right now.
Yes, and there's been a lot of those.
And like sitting there and brainstorming between the 4 of you to figure out a sequencing of cards that would make it so that you can move on. Has been just so fun, very collaborative. It's unlike, so in a lot of board games, you're pitted against each other, which is also fun. It's fun to get that challenge of wit against your friends and whatnot. But with Slay the Spire, it's a team building exercise almost.
Yes.
And it's super collaborative, super cooperative in how you progress. And even to the point where you'll pick cards for your deck based off of what other people are picking so that you can balance with each other.
Right.
And I do think they did a really good job balancing all the different classes you can play. So why don't we talk about the classes real quick, actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
So with the collector's edition, it came with these little miniatures. We'll have to put some B-roll up of the miniatures so you can see them better here. But you have 4 classes to choose from. You have the Defect, who is all about linking powers together and orbs orbiting
like
them.
elemental sort of magic almost.
Yeah. Very cool class. He's like a broken robot in the lore.
Yes.
And then you have the Silent, who's the rogue of the party. Very quick, agile, draws a lot of cards, does poison damage.
Right. And I believe that's your favorite class, or am I wrong about that?
In the base game, the Silent is my favorite class.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They also have a Shiv mechanic, so they're the one that can put out the most cards in one turn, typically. So, like, burst damage is pretty interesting with them. And then you have Ironclad, which would be the default class in the video game.
Yes.
The first one you get.
Yeah. It's also my favorite class, personally. It's the big warrior that just wants to go in and smack things, you know, and it's the cover art character that you can see right here. And I don't know, I just enjoy it. There's something about swinging a big sword at something and seeing it die, you know?
And then finally you have the Watcher, who's like a monk. And her thing is that she goes between stances of wrathful and calm, and you can kind of do like combo engines with her. That's her big thing, is just comboing, moving between wrath to get more damage, and then mitigating the damage that it does to you by going back into calm, but then leaving calm to get a burst of energy, so on and so forth. And you can really link together some insane things with Watcher. I do think that as far as balancing goes, Watcher is probably the highest ceiling.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a skill ceiling. So.
Right. Because if you don't know how to sequence your things, then you're not going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah. But I think they did a really good job letting the different characters play off of each other, and none of them feel far and ahead stronger than the others.
No, and they all feel very unique as well, which I like.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're doing same, you know?
Right. Every time you play, if you play a different character, you're going to have a different experience with the game.
Yeah. Just super well constructed. I very much enjoy it. Now, these are all characters you would be familiar with if you've played the video game. But when you move into the card game or the board game here, a lot of your favorite cards still exist, but they've been retooled for a more board game contextualized, you know, and the numbers have been brought way down. So, like, inside the Spire, it's definitely big number simulated.
Right. I mean, I think the Ironclad starts with 70 health, you know, in the video game, and it's like 10 here, right?
Yep, 10. You're the only one that starts with 10. Every other class starts with 9.
Okay, yeah. It's a little bit beefier.
Yeah, and he does still heal 1 health at the end, you know.
Which is still different from the video game, because he heals 3.
I think it's 7.
I think it's 7 if you get the upgraded, but I think it's 3.
I'm pretty positive 7. We'll fact check me. It'll appear right above my head.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm super wrong again. It'll just be a running gag. But I'm pretty sure it's 7. I've played a lot of Slay the Spire, so I'm hoping I'm right on it.
More than me.
I'm hoping I'm right on that one. But the numbers have been way brought down, which honestly both makes it more constrained for the board game to kind of keep track of, but also a little bit more tense too.
Yeah.
Like the back and forth feels a lot more strenuous than it does in the video game, where in the video game you can string together some cards and just delete your enemy if you're doing it well enough, whereas this is definitely, it's always a back and forth. There's been very few times that we've entered a state where we're just deleting bosses, you know, like very few times, and we're working our way through the Ascension system, which is definitely something I want to touch about later. Pause for Cat real quick. Hi,
Hello,
Boone.
Boone.
This is Boone. One moment. And we're back. Cat attack. What were we talking about?
We had just gone over all the different classes in the game and the differences in them and how the numbers have been scaled back, I believe.
Yes. And I just think that the new system is very well balanced. I actually think it's more well balanced than the video game.
I think so as well, yeah.
But there are certain cards, like in Venom for the Silent, where it basically still does the same thing. It makes all of your attacks deal poison damage. And there's not really a way to scale that differently.
Right.
So it ends up being incredibly strong in this game. I think even more strong than it is in the video game. So there is that.
Right. Since bosses' health bars are lower, poison is a better strategy in this game.
Yes. I do think poison is one of the stronger things in the game. But with that in mind, I do think they did a really good job in balancing it.
Yeah, I think that it's a really good video game to board game adaptation, personally.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Sometimes that gets really muddy, and
Yes.
it's just like, okay, we'll just do what that board game over there is doing, but slap our characters on it, you know?
Right. And I think that they nailed it. They nailed the Slay the Spire experience while elevating it at the same time, for the most part.
For the most part. It's truly, it's fantastic. I have very little bad to say about it. But while we're talking about it, why don't we talk about the quality of the game?
Yeah,
like just in
absolutely.
general. We got the collector's edition, and one thing that I want to talk about, just right off rip, because it is just so nice, is they include, and I'll put this up screen for you to see better, they include a guide on how to tear down and store the game once you've unboxed it. And I think every board game needs that. Like,
Yes.
it's so good.
Genuinely.
It is so good.
I swear, you open those board games up, and you're struggling to get it all back in the box the same way. And it's like, how did they have this in here?
I just ran into that. Another game that we'll probably end up talking about on here, as I just unboxed Skyrim Call to Arms.
Mm-hmm.
No idea how I'm supposed to get that thing back into the box. Like, there's so many tokens, and they give you a lot of baggies, but not enough for all the different categories of things, really.
Right.
And there's not even a little bit of a guide on how to do it.
No.
And I'm just like, cool, awesome. But Contention Games, Megacrit, whoever was responsible for that, thank you. Thank you so much. I just had to throw that out there because it is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in a game. I'm like, this is so good. It's so easy to tear down, set back up, because I know how they want me to do it. You
Right.
know? And it
Right.
makes the saving the game process better and like all that stuff, which they have little baggies to put your board states into in between like play sessions.
They look like this, and it's a little tough to see, so we'll throw up a picture of it. But they have the character's symbol. Did you draw that on there yourself?
No, that actually comes on there.
That came on there. So they tell you exactly what bag is each character.
And as you can see, ours is full right now because we have a game state saved.
Yes.
But yeah, talking about quality, especially with the collector's edition, I'll hand you the neoprene mats.
Yeah. So they make playmats for all of the characters, which are just super nice. And I'm trying to get some lighting on this here, where you can see like it's got the character on it, and you'll just probably have to post a picture of it. But it tells you exactly where to put your board and your exhaust pile and your draw pile and discard, and it's just
So
very
nice.
nicely done. Yeah.
I've no issue with those at all. They're very nice. They hold their shape pretty well. You roll them up to store them, but
Yes.
when you get them out, you just roll them the opposite way and they lay perfectly flat.
Yeah, we've had no issue with them. They're in great condition, and we've had this for several years now.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about with the collector's edition specifically, you get the neoprene mats, you get the miniatures, you also get physical money.
And I think honestly, it's such a small detail, but I think it's my favorite detail.
Yeah.
You know,
And they come in
these are metal coins.
metal coins. Like, they are very nice and hefty. You have a 5 and a 1, and there's a whole bag of them in here for like the banker type situation. And it is just so nice. This nice little pouch that it comes in. It's got some nice heft to it. Like, it's just really, really cool.
It's really well done.
I am a sucker for metal pieces in my games. I don't know what it is.
We've looked at Moonrakers for years now at Gen Con, and they have that upgrade to get those metal coins. And maybe this is the year.
I think it might be the year.
It might be the year. We've looked at it for a while now. So.
And the boards that you interact with, like the dungeon delves, they are a nice cardboard. They fold very nicely. Double-sided, that kind of stuff. These are pretty standard, I believe. I think they're exactly the same in the normal edition of the game.
Mm-hmm. But the metal coins and playmats are unique to this edition, I believe,
yes,
correct?
The coins in the normal edition are these little cardboard tokens, which are fine. They definitely do the job. I just really like the metal coins, so couldn't recommend that highly enough. I think that among collector's editions, this is one that definitely feels worth buying, you know?
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of quality, though, there is one thing in particular that is a con about this game. It's genuinely my only, thing I don't like about the quality, and that would be the sleeves that come with the game. So
The sleeves are custom to the game itself.
yes,
So they have like Slay the Spire on them, which is really cool.
So they have Slay the Spire, and you need sleeves because the cards are reversible. So when you upgrade your card, you take it out of the sleeve and you flip it around and put it back in the sleeve, and then you've upgraded the effect of the card. It's got different stuff on the backside. So you need the sleeves. They are a necessary part. But pretty quickly, I think within less than a year of playing the game, our sleeves started like delaminating.
Yeah. They started peeling, and it became a pain to shuffle.
So like they peel off.
Yeah.
They get caught in shuffling and tear the sleeves and stuff. So the sleeves are not the greatest quality, which is unfortunate. They give you a decent little chunk, probably about 25 or so replacement sleeves. But at the rate we're losing them now, about maybe 2 to 3 years into the game, which, 2 to 3 years in the game, you gotta expect some wear and tear. But
Absolutely.
at the rate that we're losing them now, I've come to the conclusion that I'm gonna need to re-sleeve the entire game in like a different brand of sleeves.
Right.
And just get like a custom print of Slay the Spire on the back.
And there's like 600 of them, is there
yes,
not?
so it's not a small task.
Right.
So that is my only like downside, I'd say, as far as quality goes. At first, I was really impressed with the fact that they gave us sleeves in the first place.
Right. I've seen a lot of games not give you sleeves for cards,
Yes, but with how the game is constructed, I do believe that even in the normal version of the game, they still give you sleeves because it is necessary for the game to have the sleeves.
That makes sense.
Because of the upgrading mechanic.
Right.
So yeah, that would be really my only like negative about the game, which is honestly pretty minor.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've had a fantastic experience with it. Another thing that I don't know if is common knowledge, but the Slay the Spire board game has legacy-like mechanics.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't say legacy on the game anywhere. It's not part of the legacy line.
Just like the video game, you can increase the difficulty as you succeed, and you beat different mechanics. You unlock new mechanics, and that's what this game does as well.
Yes, and there is a guide on how to do so. So there's the upgrades and items guide here, and this shows all the different upgrades and items that you can get and what they do. And then in the back of the rule book, you have your like meta progression here, where you have your ascensions, you have achievements and unlocks, which we've been keeping track of. We are currently on Ascension 4, I believe.
Oh man, we need to play a lot more.
I know.
We should be further after all this time.
We should. Finding time is hard.
It is very difficult.
But yes, so we're on Ascension 4, I believe, currently. So we need to work our way up there.
And there's 12 ascensions,
I believe
is
there's
that
12.
correct?
There might be 13. Let me check real quick. There's 13.
13, okay.
Oh, I was right for once.
Hey!
Maybe for twice. We haven't found out yet.
But yeah, I think that we definitely need to get this finished before the expansion comes out.
For sure. The final Ascension is you have to do a back-to-back Act 3 boss fight.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun.
Can't wait to experience that with no healing in between.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. But all in all, I am so excited for the expansion. They're doing the Downfall expansion, which I don't know if you know this, as someone who has played a ton of Slay the Spire and was really hype about the fact that this was multiplayer. I went and looked at the mods for Slay the Spire.
Okay.
Slay the Spire has a mod called Downfall.
Oh, okay.
And in conjunction to making it multiplayer, it also adds a new game mode, which is the Downfall game mode, where you play as the bosses against a party. So the expansion lets you play as the bosses, and I believe that the collector's edition comes with a miniature of the slime boss.
That's really cool. I had no idea what the expansion was, to be honest with you, because, I mean, there was no DLC for the video game or anything, so I didn't know what the plan was for the expansion.
It was a mod that was so widely accepted by the community that Megacrit then immortalized it into the board game.
That's really cool.
It also comes with a 5th class as well, the Gunslinger.
Nice.
Which is cool. He's based around curses. He wants to get cursed.
Interesting.
Which is really interesting. And then his other mechanic is, which I don't know how they'll translate into the game, because in the video game, you don't get to arrange how your hand is, right? But in the board game, I mean, you're just moving your cards all around. So in the video game, the gunslinger has something like lock on or dead eye or something like that, something along those lines.
Yeah.
But it's the card that's in the middle of the hand gets an extra effect.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll
that'll
translate into the board game, but I am excited for him because running curse runs is really cool.
Yeah.
With him. So we'll talk about that more when we get it, and we'll have answers on that question because that is a serious question. I have no idea how they're going to translate that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I don't really have anything else that I need to talk about with Slay the Spire. I think it's a fantastic game. I would highly recommend it to anyone who's looking for either a solo game they can play by themselves, is interested in deck builders or roguelikes. I think this is the best roguelike board game.
Yeah, it's certainly the best I've seen.
Yeah. Or has a group of 4 players that are looking for a good challenge, because it is challenging.
Yeah, genuinely, it challenges us. I mean, almost every time we play, and there's a lot of runs that we end up failing.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes you make poor decisions early on.
Yep.
And then you can't find a way out of it later.
Yeah, it is very much a weakest link game.
Yep.
If one of you dies, it's over.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very, very fun, though. Very much enjoy it.
I enjoy it every time we play.
Anyway, that's all we have here for Slay the Spire. I hope you got a good amount of information from it and highly recommend. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
See ya.